Barbara from the Black Light Lab, bringing light into the darkness. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I'm based here in New York City, and it's been quite a challenging few days again, and so that just keeps happening with all the energy shifts that keep surprising us, and every single day since the 11/11 portal has been open. um, I'm I wake up with such hope and determination that today is going to be a day that I get so much accomplished, and I'm going to get all these things done, and I'm going to feel like myself, because since Sunday, my energy level has gotten better and I feel more like myself. But at the same time, we're going through this transition. Our bodies are going through this, up level, and you kind of gotta just surrender to what's happening to us sometimes. And if I had a real 9 to 5 job, I do not know how I could keep it. How could I explain this? And as I look back and think about all the other jobs that I had, that I didn't realize I was going through an ascension. And I even thought once I had mono, but obviously it's not that. Because I just wanted to sleep, and I used to beat myself up about it. And I'm like, why is this happening to me? I thought I had mono, and I thought I had Epstein's bar, and I'm like, I self-diagnosed to myself. Google, yeah, I got this, and that. And I do recommend everybody going to get checked out, but they're not going to find anything, and they never do, and they never have for me. All the times I thought it was my thyroid, making all these scenarios up about myself, and believing, then the doctors, of course, would have to find something and then give you medicine for it. And I'm like, oh, well, then I do have that. And so you kind of giving yourself a story as to being that, oh, well, I have that. So some big energy wave hit yesterday, and I follow Luna Ash and some other Ascension Energy updates on Instagram, and they're talking about that we're moving into the fourth density now. So these 3D, 4D, 5D, basically our bodies are moving with us into the next dimensions and in the other realms. But it's really a state of consciousness, and it's how you think and what makes 3D. 3D is basically hell on earth and negativity, everything horrible, basically. People getting murdered, killed, disasters, natural disasters. That is 3D. 4D is a level of, it's like purgatory. It's like you're teetering between 3 and 5, where you're starting to get a grip of being who you are, and like it's where you're getting challenged a lot, and triggered, so that you can make a choice in your level of consciousness. Are you going to stay in 3, or are you going to stay in 5? Because 5D is heaven on earth. Heaven on earth, pure bliss. Nothing can go wrong. Seeing what the value of a person or a relationship or an experience, and not marking it and giving it a name by calling it negative or a bad day, and just look at everything and calling it with a higher conscious. It's just person is in pain, and so you made me feel this way, and this is why I have to speak this way. But it's speaking in a way of, it's very important that you speak in a way that is very positive. So I'm still working on myself, on changing the way I speak about myself, because but to others, projecting what I just had a kind of like a tiff with my kid's dad about this project I have to do. I'm working on for this freelance gig, and he's a sound guy. He, you know, and he does a lot of lighting and stuff, and I have to work with this neon rope, and he was just like kind of like telling me like he's a really tough guy, like, you know, that's too much, you pay for too much of this and that. And I'm like, listen, you're projecting all that onto me. I'm already, you know, challenging myself to do this gig on my own, and I need you to lift me up, not keep me down. And so I don't have a problem using my own life stories as a way of sharing my knowledge and instances. So when you start ascending, it just doesn't matter anymore because it's not the reality. It's, again, I've said it before, we're celestial beings living a human experience. So, and I had to push back, but in a way that I said that this is how you're making me feel. I'm already, you know, feeling a little insecure about myself, and this is what I need from you. Instead of telling him that he's wrong and I got this, and, you know, and basically being a cunt. And I came it from a loving way, you know, and I actually, you know, shed a few tears because I think it was a release that I needed to happen. It was a trigger, and that's what the fourth dimension is. It's triggers to test, getting tested all the time so that you can level up. And like I got, you know, this is a lesson that I needed to go through so that I can ascend and keep ascending to the higher realms so that I can experience heaven on earth. So removing these self-limiting beliefs is a work. It's not like something that you do that like the spirit comes down and says you need to do this. It's working in your everyday life. There is no shutting off the universe. Your thoughts, your words are so important to keep high vibrational. You speak everything into existence. So, for example, if you would like somebody to be on time tomorrow, and you know, usually we're like, don't be late, right? Well, you know, that's not very positive, right? So, another way of being to make it sound much more expecting you're expecting the best from them. High vibrationally, because you're a high vibration person. So you would say, hey, I'll see you on time tomorrow. What a simple change of the words, that you call that to you. You call that for them. You know, that's why this is your reality. Everything you put out there, it's a reflection of what you're thinking. If you don't like something about your life, it's actually something that you don't like about yourself inside of you, and that's what's reflecting back at you so that you can learn. It's not blaming people. That person cut me off. That person broke up with me, and it's not about the people out there. It's about you and what you're vibrating on the inside. Money, everything's vibrational, and everything is breathing. And it's fun because now that I've gone through all these upgrades, you can see like objects like in my room, and it's like I'm on an acid trip, like breathing, like everything is breathing. So when you say, so you have a car and you call it, you give her a name, Betty something, right? Betty, I love you, Betty. You're my girl, right? You're my girl, Betty. She's beautiful. She's red. She's shiny. She takes you. You love her, and you talk to this car, this piece of matter, like it's alive, right? So when we aren't appreciative of things, like after a while, and this is the same thing with humans, this is what happens. So after a while, you know what? My phone, the next phone has, the latest iPhone is out, and you're already tired of this phone, right? You want the new one, so you'll talk bad about this phone. And so when you talk bad about this phone is not going to work for you. And this just happened to me yesterday. My phone, and it's all, as I talk, I'm getting downloads from my higher self, that I spoke badly about my phone. And now, because it was snowing yesterday, it got wet, and now I have no sound, and my front facing camera no longer works. So that is the lesson, that when we start talking badly even about objects that don't have a heartbeat, but they actually really do, because we're all connected. It's crazy, I know. You will make things, either they will disappear into another dimension. This happens to me all the time. It'll disappear, or it'll break, or something will happen to you. So the trick is, everything's a lesson, and it's just these things are happening to you so that you can fully understand and wake up that everything you think, no matter what you say, is important. So important to speak the highest vibrational thought on everything. Your home, your that's why it's so important for you to be happy where you are, with the body you have, the hair that you have, the clothes that you have, the shoes that you have. You need to be happy right there so that you can attract the other things. When you're not satisfied with any of the things that you have already, how can the universe bring you anything new? You need to be grateful for everything that you have. And that's like that relationship, you, after a while, you lose the newness into something, into the person, and because they maybe start to evolve or change, you're not the same, and we start looking on the outside to fix that, instead of going on the inside and like, what about myself do I need to change? What am I not seeing that, you first got that job and you couldn't wait to get that job, and you finally got it, and all of a sudden it doesn't resonate with you anymore, because why? Because you've been there for years, and it's the same people, you're doing the same thing, and that's why it becomes stagnant. So you need to create, bring newness into, or life into it, back into a job, and be fun. And that's why my old jobs, everybody knows me from many, many years in retail, that I've always been, put on my music, and it's like, I get lost and I forget where I'm at and what I'm doing, and just make work fun. You gotta make things that, we perceive that we don't like to like fun. That's why it's important to have a job that you love, and because you're there 40 hours a week. But since with the 5D upgrade that's coming to this planet, New Earth, God wants you to be who you truly are. So not about this corporate position. Eventually that's going to all phase out. But it wants you to go back and think about, who were you when you were small? What were the things that made you happy? What did you love to do? I used to be out in my car singing and lip syncing to this is the 80s, mind you, too, to the street, and my I was a kid, and look at me, I'm older, and I'm still singing, lip syncing, and not much has changed, and I like being fun and goofy and silly, and why grow up in that sense? And that's one of the things that God and Spirit and all the angels want you to do, is to use your imagination to create the life that you want. And that's what 5D is. And 4D is like school, is like where you're learning to get in alignment and to raise up there to 5D. So another thing is about speaking well. So diseases and sickness. And I'm working on this myself. So when I say I have a headache, I don't feel well. The I am, like that, you're calling that to you. So what I've learned is this one statement that can change everything, keep you in a neutral vibration, is I am in the process, and whatever it is you're healing. So I'm in the process of healing myself. I'm in the process of becoming a better person. I'm in process of working on my finances. I'm in the process of lifting humanity. I don't know. Just made that up. So you call, by using that little simple statement, you become neutral instead of bringing the other reality to you. So it's been quite a week. I believe my third eye and my crown chakra opened yesterday. I had the most intensive headache yesterday that it really debilitated me again. But I'm grateful for this journey and all the beautiful experiences that are happening for me. And I also, one last thing. I also am going to be working with a lot of my friends who are Kundalini yoga teachers here in New York City, and I'm going to bring them onto my channel, and because they're so amazing. I mean, I love Kundalini, and I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people in their healing process to understand what is happening to them when your Kundalini finally awakens. So I'm wishing everybody a beautiful week. I come up with videos as I get downloads, and that's all I want to talk about today. Just stay happy, stay in the light. No bad days. There's no bad days. There's only good days. So everything, you mark it as a thank you. I say thank you to everything. I had that argument earlier with my ex, and I went back. I was like, thank you for triggering. Thank you. I needed that lesson. And because it's both triggers. It's a way for him, for me being more confident, and it was a realization for him what he was projecting to me, so that he didn't have to make me feel that way. And if I was a Teflon Don, which is what I'm working on being, eventually, when you don't get triggered and you stay in the light, boom, you say you've kept that vibration steady. So in order for the spot, because we're in a vortex, we're in a spiral vortex basically, and all the things that you put out that you want, they're coming to you, but you have to stay high in that vibration, because the spiral is it's like a boomerang. It's like, well, you dip down, and so you're no longer in that high vibration state. So the things that you wanted to manifest are supposed to come like this. Guess what? It missed you. It missed you because you had an argument. You stayed depressed for too long. So that's really the name of the game, and that's what I want to teach people is, they're not realizing that they're manifesting by default. Such a simple thing, to practice on staying high vibration. So anyway, thank you very much. Please like and share and subscribe, and show me some love. Tell your friends about me. And I'm trying to I've secured a space that I want to start a meetup group here in the city, so that we can build this new earth. And a lot of people have a lot of questions on how to navigate this, and that's what I'm hoping to teach everyone. And I think that's my soul mission. So let's see how it plays out, and I'm taking you along with the journey with me. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.